What's up, guys? Welcome to Etsy Shop Reviews, episode number 66. We're going to be taking a look at a shop submitted by one of you, the viewers. See what they're doing well, see what maybe they can improve upon to hopefully increase their sales. So let's get straight to it. All right, today's shop is CCCV Designs. They have 8 sales. They've got their first review, 5 stars. Nice banner there as well. And let's check out, so they have 334 products for sale, featured items. They all offer free shipping, or at least a few of them do. I like that. Customizable mousepad. Okay, cool. So they're offering some customizable stuff. Let's see. Custom. See what they offer that's custom. They've got a custom candle, custom sign, custom t-shirt here. Nice. Teacher, your name here. Nice, nice, nice. And I would just, and by the way, I don't know why I came to the custom listings. I just thought, you know what? It's great that someone is trying to stand out by offering them. We know that that is a nice way of having a leg up on your competition that doesn't offer it because it's not a requirement on Etsy. One thing I would note, though, is that on pretty much all of your listings, except for the candle right here, it's not that obvious that you're offering customization. So I would, Etsy's very loose with their primary thumbnail restrictions and what's allowed. You can put text like a little pop out and use good color contrast so that it's easy to read and it catches your eye, that says customizable, or say like personalize it. You know what I mean? Because besides the first listing here with the candle, I don't know that it's that obvious that the other listings are customizable. Because remember, people are looking at the images, they're not really reading the text. So that is something that really to me stands out as something you could do pretty quickly. As a nice way of, just communicating to your potential customers that that's what you're offering. By the way, the candles, this is something I haven't really done much of, but I know quite a few people that have been successful selling candles on Etsy. So I wonder how your sales are actually going. We can see your sales right here, actually. Let's see if you've sold any candles. No, not yet. Okay. But that's okay. So hopefully they come, right? I know people that have gotten, I actually know a couple candle niches that people have told me, but I'm not going to say it now because the point of them telling me was not so I could share it on a YouTube video. But this is cool. So you got some funny candles here. I love the custom text here one though. I feel like, if you're running an Etsy ad to a listing like that, that's pretty good, You got the custom signage, which is interesting. Do those get delivered rolled up? You know what I mean? I expect those to be kind of stiff and vertical, but for $22, oh, I guess you're not offering free shipping, so shipping could be pretty pricey there. Because I know that's where the most of the damage is done on anything that can't be rolled up. Like a poster that gets rolled up, cheap. A poster that comes in a frame, expensive. The shipping ends up costing more than the product. In terms of these, it looks like maybe you're on like an AI generator, like maybe Midjourney with regards to the animal prints. Let's check this out. I don't know that, are these custom that you painted yourself or potentially, AI generated? Let's see. Hand painted. Beautiful painted with soft colors. This is where I get confused because I'm trying to figure out like if you're, it kind of almost implies that you're doing it yourself because it says beautifully painted, but at the same time, and I'm not trying to accuse you of anything. Like most people would probably see this and think that if someone's sitting there painting that themselves, then you wouldn't be able to charge, $17, right? You'd have to charge more, which implies this is probably, if I had to guess, and it's not a negative thing, but maybe outsourced to AI, and then just printed by, a printer of your choice. And I was just going to say that if that's the case, like if it is, sorry for interrupting. I wanted to let you know that linked in the description, you can find my free print on demand mini course that is completely new for 2023. If you sign up, it'll help you get your first sale. And down there, you'll find a link to my print on demand Facebook group. I hope you'll join the community. Instead of saying $17.22, it'll say something like whatever, even $1.99. You see what I'm saying? So look at how that stands out. You got $1.99 here next to $17.22. Which one's going to get clicked more? And then when they go to the listing, it's not a bait and switch because you have an option that just says like digital, right? And also if you've got multiple animals in a single listing, then why do these have different listings? maybe just to see how, maybe it's like a SEO test, I guess, because it looks like you have a lot of the same animals in each listing, right? Like, do they all have the same options? It looks like it. By the way, nice graphics. I should have complimented the graphics. I do think these look really nice. So well done there. Even these nature ones, but calling them paintings, if they're not being painted, that's the only thing. I would just be careful with that. Like, if they're just digital, I mean, not digital, but if they're like being printed by, you know, whatever, Awkward Styles, Printful, Printify, whoever, I would just be careful, you know, misleading anybody. Some of these like apparel products, like over my shoulder here, careful with using like a light green on a white shirt. I would personally just always aim for as good a color contrast as possible. Like, for instance, I love the color contrast on these two listings where you've got like the black shirt and you've got vibrant colors in the foreground. Obviously, you know, white on black and black on white also does really well. A $7 mug though, is that possible? I would be careful charging $7 for a coffee mug, because you don't want to lose money after you factor in Etsy fees, and if you're running ads, that's going to be tough. And if you're, I don't know, are you making any money on a $7 mug? That's all I'm going to say. I would double check that. Some of these designs do look really nice. In terms of your SEO, like, this says girl mama sweatshirt, but the design doesn't say girl mama. It says raising my girl gang. So if the design says girl gang, I would probably say girl gang sweatshirt, comma, raising my girl gang, comma, you know what I mean? And then hit them with the generic, like, gift for mom, sweatshirt for mom. You get what I'm saying? But you're leading with girl mama, and the design itself never says girl mama. Now, I'm not trying to pretend like I'm an instant expert in this niche. I'm just saying that that's what stands out to me kind of right away, is that you probably want to get, like, lead with your most significant keywords in the title. I know that's something you definitely want to focus on. Some of these, yeah, like these designs, I like how they're cropped, like they're zoomed in. I would just say, like, even though your design probably is better with that font, it's a very thin and not easy to read font. And if you just switch that to like a more bold font, even though, like, in terms of the actual design, it might not be as good, in terms of making sales online, I think it would benefit you more to use a easier to read, bigger, bolder font, or at least use that font, but like make it bigger. You know what I mean? Because that does make a big difference at scale over time, you know, because it really is a battle in search results for, you know, people to see and click. They're not reading, right? You're in some, you know, a lot of good generic niches, but a lot of these niches you're into are very high level generic, which makes me think like you're going to need to run ads to get the visibility required. You know what I mean? Like, somehow you're doing it here though. Promoted to grandpa. Well done there, because that's a very high level generic, and you got 3 people that have it in their cart, so well done there. But, you know, being realistic about some of these like very high level niches, you're going to want to run ads to really get that visibility that leads to more than, you know, 8 sales. Because currently, what are you sitting at? 8 sales. Yeah. Like, doing a lot of like St. Patty's Day designs, like, that's great and all, but if you're only at 8 sales, I don't know if you're like successful on other print on demand platforms. I would recommend maybe just focus on evergreen niches that have a chance of selling year round. You know what I mean? Because St. Patty's Day, it's like that comes and goes, and then, you know, those listings aren't going to make you any money for the rest of the year, most likely, right? So your time is probably better spent with a newer shop. 300 listings though, I'm still impressed by that, but I'm just saying, like, I'd recommend being in like evergreen niches. Honestly, what I say is pick like one color shirt for your primary thumbnail, whether it's white, whether it's black, whether it's red, whatever color, right? Heather, peach, whatever, you know, and then design optimized for that. Challenge yourself there, because then all of your, like, you have like one really good thumbnail that you know you're going to like, you know how to crop it, and you know, like, I'm going to use this color scheme because it contrasts well against that specific thumbnail, even if you offer other colored shirts in the listing, but you really need to just win the battle with that good primary thumbnail. That's what I would challenge you to do. Also, charging $18.99 for a shirt and offering free shipping, just be careful. You know, you want to get paid for your hard work. You know, it's not that you can't do this, but like, if you were trying to rank this really high ahead of St. Patrick's Day, maybe that makes sense. But like, we're past St. Patrick's Day, so if anybody buys this, like, you're probably just barely making $1 or $2, you know, and you know, you want to get paid for your work again. If you're in like Mother's Day and you're breaking even, I understand that, because then once you get close to the holiday, which we basically are, you would up the price, right? But if we're not like near a big sales peak, then you do want to price it to where you're making some reward for the time invested in creating the design, uploading, all that good stuff, making the mock-ups. So I think that's about it. Like, I would just continue. It looks like you're trending and improving as we go back further in time. I think that the quality is getting worse, which just implies that over time you've been improving your quality, which I love. You know what I mean? That's a great trend that your newer stuff is getting better. So I would just continue to focus on that. I would just really say, like, whether it's t-shirts, whether it's candles, pick a product, pick a primary color, and make a templated approach for creating really pristine, high quality listings of that product in that color scheme. Get a bunch of product listings created that are pristine, that hang with the best of the best on Etsy. And that's what I would just recommend, honestly. And get a bunch of listings created like that. Throw some ad dollars in there if you're open to that. And then see where you go. You know what I mean? Because it looks like we can see your journey of like facing this learning curve. And I think you should have more than 8 sales. But I also think that, it's like you're doing a good job, like an okay to good job on a lot of things. But you should do a great job at like one product, one color scheme, and just get some listings up in whether it's trends or evergreens, and then you'll feel like you belong on Etsy, you know what I mean, after doing that. So that's my recommendation. I hope you enjoyed this Etsy shop review, guys. If you did, let me know in the comments if you have any questions or feedback. What did you like? What did you not like? Have you been making any candle sales? I'd love to know how those are going for anybody that's watching to the end. And on your way out, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new Top 5 Niches of the Week video.